Thanks for joining me on this episode of Twisted Wrench Garage, where we're going to attempt to finish patching up the interior of Project Black Pearl by installing a custom headliner and making some custom door panel pieces for the bottom of the doors. And before we hop into working on the truck, I just wanted to thank everyone that has been subscribing to the channel and has continued to support the channel. We finally broke that 500 subscriber mark. I think we're at like 509 now. We broke our first milestone point, so I'm super happy and again super thankful to everyone who is supporting the channel. That did unlock memberships for us. I did set those up as the cheapest price possible. It's 99 cents a month. I'm calling it the Twisted Crew. So if you'd like to be a part of the Twisted Crew, just hit that join button down there beside that subscribe button, and you can then yourself be the sponsor of the channel. With that memberships being available, that gives me the ability to let you guys be the sponsors of the video. Then I can actually start trying to get you guys out some more content, because like I said in the last video, things cost a lot of money, and I mean, I've already got a lot of money into this truck. But you know, that's just part of it. But again, I just don't know how to thank you guys enough. It really means a lot to me that you guys are continuing to support the channel. I mean, I know I'm no professional by any means. I'm just some guy working in my garage, just doing what I can to my projects and then sharing it with you guys. So again, I thank you so much, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the video. First things first, I want to take a shop vac and get the rest of this black foamy material off, because it's just turning into dust. So I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum this all off, and then I may take a little light sand to this and then vacuum it one more time. So I'll get you guys on a time lapse. I'll get this taken care of so we can actually start getting this thing recovered. As you guys saw, I vacuumed it off, took the sander to it best I could. I've also even peeled some of the layers, because this is just like a layered deal. I pulled some of the layer off because I just wasn't getting the glue off the way I wanted to. But I think I'm gonna call it good here. I don't want to push it too much because this is pretty old. I don't want to make it too thin. So I think I'm gonna vacuum this off one more time, then we'll start getting ready to lay our material down. Yeah, you see, I can peel it up in like layers. It's weird. Flies. But let me get that cleaned up and we'll start getting the new material on. And for the material that I was going to use, I had originally planned on I ordered this pirate flag, this Jolly Roger pirate flag. I was going to use this as my headliner, but unfortunately it's just not big enough. It's 3 foot by 5 foot, and it really needs to be like 4 foot by 5 foot. Would probably be fine. So I had to do a little change plans, which that happens, guys. Don't expect for it to always go the way you want it to the first time. So let me grab the material that I picked up and I'll show it to you guys. I think you guys might like it. And here's the material I'm gonna go with. It's like some sort of rug material that I found at Hobby Lobby. It was like $24.99 a square yard, but it was like 40% off, so it was like $18 a square yard. But I got enough of this to cover the headliner, as well as for us to do our lower portions of our door panels. So I think the first step I'm going to do is I've got that all taken care of and ready. I think I'm going to lay this down over it, and I'm going to cut out my rough shape that I'm going to need. All right, I'll get this laid out over this. All right, so that's the front. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's just lay that down there. So we're going to have to see about where we need to cut it. We can move it some. don't need a whole lot over on the sides, because we do have trim that's going to take up a lot of that. Kind of making sure that before I cut it, I got it down inside these creases where it kind of curves in. Make sure it's going to go all the way to the edge and fold over maybe a little bit. I'm also going to be throwing some staples in this too, I think. So I think we're good to, I might actually move it up this way some. Give me a little more on this end. It's better to have a little extra than it is to not have enough, because you can cut as much off of here as you want. You can't add it back on. So I think that right there should cover me. We've got decent overlap all the way around. Should go down into our creases down here real nicely. All right, so yeah, let me grab those scissors out of my pocket here. We'll give this a snip. Yeah, it's like a carpet material, and the red matched pretty well with the trim piece I took with me. So, and we may need to trim some more once we get it all glued down, but I mean, that right there is our general idea of what we're going to be using. So let me show you how we're going to go about getting this all glued down. Alright, when it comes to the glue we're going to use, you can use the headliner glue if you want. I've had good luck out of this Gorilla spray adhesive. I always suggest you start from the middle, work your way out. You know, we've got this just kind of sitting on here the way we want it. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fold this over like so, okay? And what that's going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to glue both my material that I'm working with here as well as my base that it's going to be going on. So, and the key is to spray it on, let it tack up, and it says what? Hold the can 6 to 8 inches, allow it to dry 1 to 3 minutes before joining. So it always suggests you should let it tack up before you lay your material down. So. And another reason why I went with this material, because I did find a burgundy leather type material at the Hobby Lobby, but it was really thin, and it wasn't like that last stuff I used on Ramona. My concerns with that kind of stuff, with that thinner material, is I don't know how it's going to react with the glue. I don't know if it's going to lay down fine and be fine. I don't know if you spray the glue down, you lay the material down, and it looks fine, you know, while it's setting up and such. But you know, after it fully dries and cures or whatever, you got spots, dark spots, light spots, wrinkles. I mean, it's just really hard to say. So I mean, you can kind of do with it as you please. You kind of take my opinions as they kind of go. I'm just gonna start spraying down half of this. Get this side gone. Because once I get this sprayed, I'll spray this material and then we'll let it set up. That way we get the best bond. And it's probably going to take quite a bit of this glue. Hopefully I grabbed enough for myself. I just grabbed this one can. I'm not holding it 6 to 8 inches, but I want to get as much glue on here as possible. It's a little windy today, so I don't want this stuff spraying all over the place, except for what I'm wanting it to go on. But like I said, I used this on Ramona, the same product, the Gorilla Glue spray adhesive, and it worked fine. I didn't have any problems with it. So if you want to use this stuff, you can. It's a bit cheaper than the actual headliner spray. That stuff's $20-something per can or something like that. This is like 12. So we've got This half all sprayed down. Now we want to spray our material so we can set up on there as well. Now I think I still have a little bit left over from the last time I did this. So if I need a little more extra, I have it. And I think the actual headliner spray actually sprays more like a stream. It's not as misty as this is. So that may be another reason why to go with that stuff over this. But you do what you want to do. Like I said, I'm no professional. I'm just kind of doing this because I like doing it. I mean, you really won't learn unless you fail. Failure teaches you more than succeeding does any day. Alright, so I may say that's probably good enough. Maybe give this another little quick go over real quick. Just make sure I got good gluage. I think this material is going to look cool in the truck, but it is the only thing I could find, so it's going to have to look good. Alright, so we're going to let that set up for a little while, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll start laying it down. Alright, it's been curing for a couple minutes now. The sun's beating on it too, so I don't want it to over cure on me. So we're going to layer down. We're just gonna start pairing these two together. Yeah, that'll hold. That's gonna hold real nicely. Oh, you can see that it wants to stick real well. Try to get these areas where it curves up as well as you can. And I see it's starting to want to peel the material there too, so I may have to throw some glue in there. Camera got too hot and shut you guys down, and the battery died. And I went ahead and got that side all taken care of. Sorry if you guys missed anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and start laying down the glue for this other side. All right, more setup time, and then we'll put it on. I feel like I've let it set up long enough, so see if I can't get this on here without messing it up. Kind of want to keep it tight. And make sure you don't get wrinkles in it too. This carpet will wrinkle up on you. I learned that over there in that corner. Go up in our edges here. Yeah, there's gonna be a little wrinkle there. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything about that. The tricky part is gonna be this dome light area. Yeah. There's another wrinkle there. See, it's really hard to not wrinkle this stuff up once you've glued it. Should go down inside that. Try to get this other side without wrinkling up. The flat panels tomorrow, I think they'll be a lot easier. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to the door panels today. Do those tomorrow. hard to get it to where it won't wrinkle up. It'd probably be a lot easier if it was just this, like my red truck where it's just the center. It was mostly all just flat. I don't think this is gonna let me get the wrinkles out very easily, but it'll be okay. Alright. Wrap that over, staple it. I think that's done. I think that's all attached. Alright, I just kind of loosely set it in there. I went ahead and trimmed all the way around the edge. I didn't end up folding it over. So I just kind of have it loosely set in here now. I'm going to put one of these sun visors in. It'll help hold it up for me while I put the trim in. See if I can get these going here. I'm kind of curious if whenever I go to put these in, if it's gonna try to grab that carpet and pull it with it. You know what? Yeah. Oh no. That's gotta go on there. That's gotta go up in there. Alright, let me go grab some. Let me go grab some trim pieces. Maybe that'll help. We'll put those on the sides and such, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Oh. So I've got one side piece over there holding that side up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this side up as well, so we can kind of get an idea where this thing's gonna sit. Get that underneath there. All right, it's kind of looking like it's gonna be okay. Put that there. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like that. Alright, don't you break. Old piece of plastic. Alright. That's coming together. It looks really cool, actually. I like that. Alright, cool. I guess I can grab the other two pieces of trim. We can put those in. Here's our other visor. There's our front trim and our rear trim that we have left. The stuff that we actually have. Now that should go up on there like that. I guess the good question is, does it sit over it or under it? Try to start jamming screws in there. I could have like poked the little holes where these are with like something that's really hot, but I think I'll be all right with this. Where'd my skirt is? There's my screwdriver. Yes. See how it goes up in there, I guess. Oh, hey, look, that screw I'm missing. there. We'll have to be real careful with this. Oh, went right in between the seat. Alright, yeah, that's working pretty good. Whoops. Here. Oh no, it broke. That's the one. That's one of the ones I fixed too. Son of a gun. Oh well. It is what it is. This one's gonna break too. If I can get this one going. Good enough. Let's see. There's that piece for the back. I believe it went like so. Almost, yeah. Basically went all the way across. Man, that almost goes all the way across. And I keep dropping screws back there behind this seat. Being a pain. See if I can get one over there. Hold this thing up so it don't break. Camera got a little hot again, so I went ahead and shut it off and finished patching everything up. Got all that trim all the way around back on. The visors are on as well. Got the dome light lens on. I still need to replace the bulb in there, but I went ahead and threw it on just for the finishing touch look. And man, that looks really cool. I like that. Really goes together well with that. I think the next thing we got to do is we got to start making these door panels down here. My only thing about these is I got to figure out how I'm going to mount them. I'd like to use the factory clips if possible, but I think the holes for the door panel clips are actually bigger, so I might have to look into how I'm going to attach that. But I think it's time for a break. I'm pretty hot now. I need to get some water in me. Man, I really like that. That looks super cool. It goes well with the truck, and I think it really sets it off. Once we get the bottom door panels done the same way, I think it'll look really good. But I think that's it for today. We'll catch you guys out tomorrow. We're back on another day working on Black Pearl, trying to finish up this interior. We got the headliner all done and put all up yesterday. Today we're going to work on these lower door panels. I've already been out here this morning for probably 2 or 3 hours already, trying to do some CAD work. That's cardboard assisted development. So I went ahead and got a piece of cardboard that was basically the length that I needed. I had to have it taped, but I've got this all set up. What I would advise if you're doing this same project is I would measure from where you want the door panel to stop up here down to where you want it to stop here. Mine came out to be about a 9.25 inches top and bottom, and then I just kind of slowly started trimming this as it went, just to make sure I was getting a nice fit all the way around. It was, like I said, it had been 2 or 3 hours of me out here fiddling with this, trying to get it just right, and rather than show you guys just me just fiddling with this, cutting cardboard and trying to fit it up, take back off, fit it off, because I mean I've had this on and off of here probably 6 or 7 times, 10, 15 times, 27, 47, 100 times, you know, as many times as it takes. But after I got it all you know, set up there, the general shape that I want it to be. I've went ahead and taped it up, and I've poked the holes I'm going to need for where it's going to get mounted. So the only thing I need to do now is, because this will match the other side, I just need to take this off, put it on my material, transfer this template over, and then copy my holes over, and then we can start worrying about how we're going to get it mounted up there. One of the ideas that I had was getting some plastic clips, but they can only be so long because I don't want them to run into things, because like, think down, there's an area, I think maybe it's over here. Is it right here that it hits? No? One of these areas, there it is. One of those areas hits, so I mean, that clip can only be that long. So I may need to go up to O'Reilly's and get some of those. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up to O'Reilly's, I'm gonna get some of those black flat capped push-in clips. They have a bunch of little fins on them, and then I can just trim them where I need, and I'll just put them through the material that I'm going to cover, and then I'll cover the material over those clips, and then you won't be able to see them, and it'll be underneath the material, and it should go in there pretty nicely. So let me see if I can figure out what size these holes are on this, and then I can, you know, kind of take that up to the parts house with me and figure out which exact clips I'm going to need, because I'm going to need 20 of them, because it takes 10 per side. So we'll see what we can figure out. I just wanted to add in here, guys, whenever you guys do this portion of it, the CAD, like I said, 9 1/4 down all the way across. The easiest way I found to do it was to do the 9 1/4 all the way across, and then what I did was I took this sanding disc here, and I just put it on there and lined it up best I could, and drew it out, cut it out, and I think that's going to be good enough for us. The material we're going to be using to make our door panels out of is the same material I used to make the headliner and the door panel inserts on my red truck Project Ramona. I'll put a link in the description, or in the corner up there for those videos if you want to watch those, where I made a custom headliner and door panel inserts for that truck using the same material and some different material to cover it. But what we're going to do now with this yucca board is I'm just going to use my template and kind of line it up the best I can. And then I'll trace it, and then I'll cut it out. And the only thing we need to do is then we can just flip this over. We can do another one right there. And all we got to do is transfer our holes. And I'll show you what I picked up for the method that we're going to be attaching this to the door with. So let me get you guys in a time lapse. I'll get all this traced out, get it all cut out, then we can work our way from there to get them finished up. I think I found the best method of doing this. Cutting it with this wheel first, and then going over it with the sander. I think that's probably good. Let's go and test fit this, see how it fits. All right, holding that up there best I can with one hand while filming. I think that's gonna work. We just need to copy this, because that first one I cut, it wasn't perfect, so I wanted to redo it. So I'm gonna cut one more. I'm gonna go ahead and drill these holes out for the body panel clips that I'm going to use. Yeah, I think that'll work. So here's the deal on the door panel. Got all the holes drilled, and what I'm doing is I'm using some of these push style Christmas tree clips for Chrysler, newer Chryslers. And I'm just going to be pushing those through after I drill them, and that's actually what's going to hold the panel into the truck. All right, so we went ahead and got all those pushed through. They're sticking out far enough for us to get a good bite into the door panel, or the door itself. If you want a part number on these, the ones I'm using is 881198. It comes in a pack of 2. They're 94 cents each. It says variable depth Chrysler, but they're all the same depth. So I mean, the last thing we need to do to this is just to cover it, but we do need to make one more panel that's just like this. So let me get in the process. Let me go ahead and get that taken care of, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to start giving these things a good cover. We got both of our panels made. We just need to put material on them now. Almost done. Hopefully I've got enough of this spray glue left. Let's move that up, get some of our material here. We'll also throw some glue on this. I want that wind blowing my glue away. Come on, stay on there. You want to get real tacky. And then we'll just flip this over and we'll set it down right on top of it. Oh, goes a little more glue on this, I think. Uh-oh. Running low. Alright. Again, just letting it cure for a minute. Yeah, you can see it's getting sticky on the material. Low. On there pretty well. So we're going to need to trim this some. I only want so much going over. I'm going to trim this down some. We just want a little overhang. go. Set our extra material over to the side here. We're gonna need it. Oh, man. Yeah, this is the last of my glue. Hopefully I got enough in that other can to do what I need to do here. There's gluing all the way around the edge. Material and this yucca board as well. You can see where I missed going over some right here. That's my fault. It'll be alright. Glue is so sticky. Alright, let's let that soak for a minute, set up. On the next one, I definitely need to tell myself to leave a little more extra on the edges. Because this right here is probably good, but up here, obviously, you can see it's not going to go all the way over. Edges, we're just gonna trim them flush. These curved portions, it may need a minute to set up and be able to hold it better, but that right there is one and done. That looks awesome. I like that. Let's go put this on that passenger side. Should be fine over there. Let's put this one over here. Line up our little things. Definitely not lining up perfect, but it should go on. Oh. That's that side done. Let's go cover that other side and get it put on too. I really hope I have enough glue for this. I'm really low. I really don't want to have to go buy another can for one door panel. So I'll try to make this work. Try to make what I have work, honestly. Yeah, that one's out. Here's the other one I had. Hopefully I've got enough in it. Get this spot where we didn't get it yet. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to cover the material. It'll be all right. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh no, I'm running out. Oh crap. Really thought I had enough. Really don't want to have to go to the store again. I don't know if it's going to give me a good enough bond without putting it on the material too. So, unfortunately I did have to go and get another can of this Gorilla Spray adhesive. While I'm doing this, I do want to give you guys a little disclaimer. Yeah, I think I'm going to spray this, I might spray this entire thing down again. I didn't get very good at bond, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to redo this. That way I know I got a good bond, because I was able to just peel that off like that, told me I wasn't going to get a good bond, and that would have come off later on in the future pretty quickly. So I want to make sure we got good bond between our material and our board here. And that's why I suggest always spraying the material, your board and your material, because that way you get the best possible adhesion, because you got glue sticking to glue at that point. So definitely would advise getting 2 cans of this. But what I was saying was, if you're doing that headliner like I was doing yesterday, I was pretty itchy afterwards. That tells me that headliner board is actually made of fiberglass. So I would definitely recommend, don't do what I did yesterday, and make sure you wear a mask, make sure you wear some gloves, something to protect yourself, because that fiberglass is a pain in the butt when it gets in your skin. So we're just gonna let this sit and cure for a minute. That way I know I'm getting a good, better bond, because it just peeled right off. I know that other one won't, because I got really good spray on it. So we'll just do this half, and then we'll pull up this other side and do the other half, and then we'll do the edges afterwards. But yeah, Lowe's, $12, $13 for that Gorilla Spray. The clips, they were 94 cents at Lowe's as well. I was gonna try to get them on O'Reilly's, but they only had them in like sets of 3, sets of 5, sets of 6, and I needed 20. And I think they're like $5 for a little box of them. So it was definitely cheaper to go to Lowe's and get them. And I was able to get the shorter ones because O'Reilly's didn't have the shorter ones. These will work out perfect for me. Yeah, see how much better that is. So let's stretch this back over here. A little bit of a pain to get it back where it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, I can feel it. It's a lot better that time. So we'll get this half. this up. Do it again. Right to that point right there. You can see where we got really good bond there. So let's spray this other side. We can almost be done with this job. It's like almost 2, it's like 3 o'clock right now. Gotta take my boy to work at 4. I'm trying to get this done before that. Alright. Now let's just glue our material. Alright, we're getting pretty tacky. So let's fold this back over here. Try not to get any wrinkles in it. Get some wrinkles, you can kind of get them a little bit out. You do have some wrinkles, you can get them out pretty easily on this flatter surface on this. That headliner was a little more challenging because it had those dips in it and it wanted to wrinkle up there. So yeah, I think we're good there on that adhesion. We just need to get the edges and then we're ready to just put it all in. Call this interior pretty much done. Updating wise, still got stereo to do, speakers. I don't know if the lighter's working on it or not. Probably could use that for charging. Because going through batteries pretty quick in these hotter weather days definitely takes its toll on your batteries. Alright, that's good on the spray there. I'm just going to let that cure up for a minute and I'll get that folded over and we'll be done with this one. Alright, I think we're getting there. Just need to trim some off of these corners here. There we go, there's one. And 2. I think that is the lower door panel done. That's awesome. I like that. Alright, let's go in there and put it in the driver's side. Alright, let's get this all lined up and get it installed. This one right here, I didn't get in the right spot. It's supposed to be like right here. Whoops. Huh. So I may have to cut that one off and just call it good. Same thing with that one. How did I not get that in the right spot? Dang it. Okay, well, looks like I might drill some holes for this. Yeah. Dang. So I'm going to grab something to mark these, and I'll just drill new holes for them, because it's like that much off. Whoops. There we go, guys. It's all done. Got both sides in. I did notice something after I got this one all put back in. And it might be hard for you to tell, but you see how this one's pointing up with the little whites going down in a curl? And look at that side. It's actually going up into the curl. They're flip-flopped. I put the material on here upside down, and it's not matching the other side, but who cares? Oh well. That looks really good. I really like that. Really ties the whole truck together. The new headliner that did not stick very well. That's awesome. So it looks like I'm gonna need to come through here with something and see if I can fix that. I did go ahead and pull the headliner back out because it was sagging, as you guys saw. I did go ahead, take some time. I went ahead and re-glued the entire thing again. I even laid some staples along the entire perimeter. I'm actually gonna let it sit like this and dry overnight, because I think that may have been what was causing us to not have a good adhesion, because I glued it, I let it you know, tack up, then I put the material on, and basically after that I put it right in the truck, which, you know, I probably should have just waited, because this is going to want to fall down because of the heat that's cooking that roof. So I will get that popped back in there tomorrow morning, and then we can call this job done when it comes to the interior renovations. So I'm pretty happy with it. Well guys, it's the next morning. I did let this sit and dry overnight. You know, I'm gonna throw it in the truck. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. If I notice that it starts to fall down again, I'm gonna let you guys know, because if that Gorilla Glue isn't gonna work good for this kind of material, then I don't want you guys to be using that and end up having to redo it again. Better for me to have to redo this for you guys and show you guys what's gonna work and what isn't, than you guys having to redo it 2 or 3 times. So let me go ahead and throw this back in the truck, and then we can call this job done. All right guys, that's all put back in there. Again, I'll let you guys know how it comes out after a few days. I'm gonna come out here and keep an eye on it. Those lower door panels, they came out looking really good. Now I now have a template for those lower door panels. If I ever need to do some more of them, I'm just gonna throw this in the back and throw it on the side, and I'll hold on to it. But that's it. We finally got all the interior looking the way we want it to. Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me in the garage. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll check you guys out on the next episode.